I feel like a lot of people out there, they might not be confident in themselves and they might not feel the best about themselves, and whatever they do, it seems like it's not working out and they're overall just depressed, and it's like, that's such a hard thing to go through. And I think the biggest thing is having a purpose and having a goal in mind. If you don't have a goal, it's very easy to be depressed. When you start working towards that goal and that depression is there, it's going to start going away because you're so occupied on just achieving something. Literally, just stop being a lazy fuck and get the fuck up. Like, get your ass up and be the fucking man or woman that you want to fucking be. Because if you're not doing that, then what the fuck is the point in living life? The point in living life is living a fulfilled life. That's all we know how to do. We don't know what comes after death. So all we know is while you're here, you have to live a fulfilled life that you are happy, you are proud of. And sitting around and not doing shit about your unhappiness is not living a fulfilled life. Get the fuck up and go!
Good morning. It is 7:50 a.m. This is late for me, guys. We kind of slept in today. So I'm headed to go grocery shopping. It's Sunday morning. Usually Sunday mornings, TJ and I have like our coffee and breakfast together, and then we'll go to the gym. But honestly, I like to be at the store for 7 a.m. So like this is like a little late for me. I'm gonna go grab some groceries, and then I am gonna meal prep today after the gym. I'm supposed to do some group posing with the girls. I don't know. We'll see how much time I have. Like, I like, honestly, on my Sundays, I like to be just really organized and like be like doing stuff all day. Like, I have to clean today, I have to do some laundry, so I just want to like, I don't like being tied to other people's time. So we'll see what I'm gonna do. But it is minus 20 today. I don't know what the windshield is like, but it is cold. So yeah, and I probably actually should take the dogs out today too, so we'll see. Anyways, I will catch ya in a bit later. Finally found the checks. I've literally been looking for them all over town. Superstore is stocked up. Got my chicken, eggs, beef, peanut butter, checks. Pretty much getting the basics. Loaded up on our coffee creamer we use, egg whites, Greek yogurt was on sale. Got my chickens. Pretty much this is what a bodybuilder's cart looks like. Meal prepping some ground turkey and some chicken. This is shawarma chicken. So this is just lemon, Greek yogurt, cumin, paprika, garlic, onion, salt and pepper. And yeah, I think that's it. And I'm gonna let this sit like overnight. I kind of just smudged it all in. I'll let this sit overnight, and then I'll probably throw in the air fryer on like air broil to crisp it all up, so it'll be like nice and crispy shawarma chicken. And my ground turkey I am seasoning with onion, poultry seasoning, garlic, and salt and pepper. Okay, so I feel like this vlog is like all over the place, but I mainly want to show you some like really good and easy meal prep ideas. I just prepped beef now for my meals. Like I said before, I was doing a little bit of turkey or beef, like honestly, whatever's on sale that week. This week I found beef, like extra lean ground beef on sale, so I cooked that up, and I wanted to show you guys what I am prepping with my beef this week. I'm doing a few meals here with rice, and then these ones will be with no rice. I'm going to put my air fryer green beans in these ones, and then I'll probably top these with mustard, because I do like that combination. I feel like it kind of reminds me of like a burger. But these ones, sorry. These ones, if you didn't know, I'm Ukrainian, so I call these ones my like lazy holubchi. If you don't know what holubchi is, they're like cabbage rolls. So typically, like in the Ukrainian cabbage rolls, like some people do them differently, but they'll put either rice and bacon or rice and ground beef. My mom made them with rice and bacon usually, but my husband's mom makes them with ground beef. So yeah, I put rice, which is cooking right there. I'll put rice in these, and I'll put extra lean ground beef, some wine sauerkraut, and then I'll put some no sugar added ketchup. And then to me, it kind of just reminds me of like a deconstructed cabbage roll. And this is like one of my like go-to favorite meals just because it's so tasty. I don't know. It reminds me of like a home cooked meal. So wanted to show you guys that option. And yeah, if you're gonna do the ketchup on it, make sure you have the no sugar added, because it can really add up with carbs. This one is only 1 in 1. So yeah, I usually only use like a tablespoon, if that. Beautiful morning here. Taking the dogs for a quick little walk before I leave to work. Today is a rest day for me, so I usually get about easy 10K steps on a rest day. On like a training day, I get like 13 to 15K steps. So just trying to get my steps in, enjoy the weather. It went from being like minus 40 here to like, I think it's going to be like plus 2 today. So I'm going to enjoy this nice weather while I can. Archie, what are you doing? What are you doing? The dogs like love it here. That's one thing, is like I live so far north and it's so secluded, but you know, it still has its beauty sometimes. And like this is like literally like a 5-minute walk. There's a river valley here. It's like a 5-minute walk from our house. So I get out and enjoy the nature and get some, I would say vitamin D, but obviously the sun won't be up for a while. But okay, so I actually wasn't lazy today, and I'm like, I want some pancakes, because some mornings I'm too lazy to make them. But these are my protein pancakes. The dogs are literally playing as usual, but there is 1 scoop of MRE, 1 egg, 100 grams of egg whites, and like half a banana in there. And it actually makes, like, I still have some liquid left, so I'm like, it probably makes about like 4 pancakes. Then I'm gonna top it with some of this peanut butter, like drizzle it all on, and then I use this sugar-free Steve's maple syrup. It's Canadian. But yeah, that is my meal number 1. Oh yeah, and we got these like a 2-pack of these handy portable Ninja blenders. They're so nice to make pancakes with, and like they're just so easy. Hello, YouTube. Okay, so I really wanted to vlog today, but this poor little guy had to get stitches. He's like still super stoned. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh my God, and of course my big one is jealous. So yeah, we were in the trails yesterday, and like the two of them always play so crazy, as you probably have seen in the footage. They're always like roughhousing. I don't know if like he maybe impaled himself on a branch or got poked with a branch, and he had like a gaping hole. Like this morning I woke up and I don't know if he was licking it, but I noticed like a huge hole in his side. Oh my God, Gohan's trying to sit on me. Let your brother be the attention. Look at him. Freaking shepherds. Yeah, so I noticed like a big gaping hole in his side, and then I like screamed to TJ right away, because I was like, what the heck? Like, where did this come from? I thought he chewed a hole like in his, like, because he's itchy or something, but then I took him to the vet and they're like, no, like it's a puncture wound. So I'm like, oh shit, it's probably from the forest and him running around, and maybe just Gohan probably body checked him into a stump or something. So, but he's okay now. He got some stitches, and I put the mutant shirt on him just so he wouldn't, I guess, get any like debris or dirt in it. But yeah, he's so stoned, and he has to take his medication soon. So it's gonna be a crazy week, because we had to take this one to the vet earlier this week. So I'm like, okay, I got 2 dogs on medications, and I don't know if they're gonna be going in the trails anytime soon. We'll see how they heal. And you guys, look. This is how I can tell I'm getting lean, is when I can start to see like my upper obliques here. I have like really strong obliques, but yeah, I can always tell I'm getting lean when the obliques come in. It always, like, it's been 2 weeks of dieting and they're already in. So yeah, and this is the end of the night. I'm like kind of bloated right now. I've had 4 meals already. I still have 1 more meal to go, but you know, trust the process. Okay, so it's after dinner, and if you're a girl, you know, sometimes it's Shark Week's coming up and you're PMSing and you just crave chocolate. So I want to show you guys what my last meal of the night is. And I call it my Reese's Pieces bowl, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup bowl, because it is so freaking good. So I have 175 grams of, oh my God, Archie is like, what is that? 175 grams of this lactose-free Greek yogurt. I have 1 scoop of this peanut butter cookie MRE. I put about a tablespoon of this Rodell. This is like the best cocoa powder. Archie. It's so rich and like chocolatey. This is the only cocoa powder I buy now. It's from Costco. So yeah, 1 tablespoon of the cocoa powder, and then I topped it with 20 grams of, this is also the best peanut butter. This is the salted, it has to be the salted one, a sea salt natural craft one. And then I know I said I wasn't gonna have processed foods, but you know, sometimes you just like gotta pull out a few stops, especially like this, I guess is a little bit processed. But I forgot I had this in my cupboard. I got it at the Italian market. I think it's actually from Italy, I don't know. They usually import all their stuff. But yeah, it's a sugar-free dark chocolate sauce. But there is, yeah, malitol. So it has like, I don't think I use half a fluid ounce. I don't know, I just drizzle it on top. But anyways, probably a lot of chemicals for you. Archie! Not the best for you, but I just drizzled a little bit on top. And literally, if you have a sweet tooth, this kills my cravings for everything. Stop it, you're not getting any of this. But yes, this is going to be my last meal of the night, and it's just going to be like my little sweet snack to satisfy my cravings. Archie, he thinks he's getting fed. Another thing that came in clutch, these came back to Canada, the blackberry ginger ale. Get out of here, Archie. They are, you could find them like maybe 2 years ago. They were in a white can, and now they changed, looks like they changed the packaging, and they honestly taste a little bit different, but I had, like, I'm still finishing it, but this is also like what I have usually. Like, I try to, like I said before, I try to finish it before 8 o'clock, or else I'll be peeing all night. My water is also almost full, but yeah, I try to finish this just so I'm not peeing. But yeah, this, if you have access to getting this, go get it. It's honestly so freaking good. But yeah, try this little tip. You can also change it up. I've made it before with like chocolate, like a chocolate protein powder with strawberries and no peanut butter, and it's just as good. But yeah, so many endless options. That's why I kept Greek yogurt in my plan for prep this year, because I find it really crushes my sweet tooth, and there's so much protein in this meal that like I'm so stuffed, I don't want anything after I'm done eating it. So yeah, try it out if you have a sweet tooth. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about like some posing tips that I've been doing. You can see this is kind of like my setup. I have my ring light in front of me. I have my camera front facing. Is that how you'd say it? Front facing? Yeah, so this is like recording me. I don't like to pose into like the selfie camera mode. I like to pose into the front facing, and obviously at the gym I have mirrors behind me. Here I don't have any mirrors behind me, so it's nice to kind of switch it up. I like posing at home because this flooring is a lot like stage flooring. Like stage flooring has texture depending where you are. Like all the stages I've been on in Canada here, it's almost like a hard black plastic texture that has a little bit of grip to it. So like the gym is nice to pose at, but I find the gym is like waxy hardwoods, so it's kind of slippery. So I do find I get way more control like stepping here than I do at the gym. So yeah, a few of my tips, you'll see, like you saw I warmed up there. So like I just had my hoodie on, I just practiced walking back and forth. Like that's kind of essentially, I like to walk to get into like my rhythm. I like to put on music. Right now I have on some like Annie lifts, if anyone knows about like anime hardstyle. That's what I'm posing to right now. I kind of change it up. I just like something that like gets me fired up and gets me like ready to pose. So like, yeah, tip number 1 will be like always do a warm up, put on some good music, like listen to like music you like that like gets you kind of like loosened up, or like gets you like in the mood to like dance. Because I do find posing is a lot like dancing, and I find that like the more in a rhythm you are, the easier it is to have like nice flow when you walk and stuff. So another thing I'll say too is make sure you're like in a comfortable setting, like not a lot of stuff around you. The dogs are like laying down luckily right now. I kind of have my clear runway. The other side of my house, where the window is, I have a T, like the box essentially, so I sometimes will like to walk to that box and pose, but this is just a setup I have for now. And yeah, I feel like that's pose what you're comfortable in. Obviously I'm not really lean right now, so like I am not going to be posing in my posing suit until I feel comfortable, especially on camera. And like right now, I'm like, these are my posing shorts, I call them, like my shorty shorts, and then a sports bra. Like that's just what I'm comfortable in. And yeah, so that's probably like the go-to. And then I'll kind of tell you just about like some new things I have been doing with my routine this year. So I guess like I said, if you saw my vlogs in 2021, I was bikini. So I've kind of like converted from like more of a bikini routine the last year to like now trying to incorporate more wellnessy stuff. This year we were seeing a lot of like these arm movements. Like obviously some girls do it more fluid than others. I don't like the flicky one. There's one where some girls are going like this. I don't like that. Like I was always taught to keep your hands like as if you were holding a dress and not to flash anyone. So I'm very cautious with my hands. And this year I did incorporate like when I'm setting up into my front pose. So like I'm walking and then I do like, I call it the heart because essentially it makes like a heart. So I call it the heart, and that's the only extravagant arm movement I'll be adding in. And it was hard for me to put this in because it's not my style, and I've talked a lot against crazy arm movements, but that is it for like bigger arm movements. And then I always had, so when I come into my side pose, then from here into my, I guess, builder's pose, that's what I like learned it as for bikini. But then, so I'm here, and then I am doing like a hair flip when I'm transitioning from side back to like my second transition pose. So essentially my hair is gonna be off this shoulder because this shoulder will be facing the judges. So I'll literally be side, step back, flick, step into transition. And here I'm doing like a little shoulder. And then for my back pose, I might step back a bit. For my back pose, I am doing my usual, I think that's what I did last year. I'm just more, that's my most, like I know a lot of girls do, I don't know, I can't even do it. It's like a step back. And I haven't tried to do it. I feel like it's like you go here and like this. I feel like some girls do that, but I am a swivel girl. So I'm like 1, 2, 3. That's how I do my transition. Like I said, a lot of girls do like that like steppy back thing. I've always been flowy. I used to dance growing up too, as well as hockey. So like for me, like movement comes really fluid, where like sometimes the steps throw me off like a little bit. So yeah, like I said, just for when it comes to like your transitions, find what works for you. And that's why I'm like, we'll see. I probably might work with a posing coach for a bit just to give me a little bit more polish, but I do what I do. And sometimes you go to a posing coach and then they like want to change your whole routine on you, because I know that happened last year. I had worked with a girl, and I had worked with her before, but she did try to change it, and then it just kind of throws you off, especially when you have a good flow and rhythm going with your routine. Like, do what's comfortable. At the end of the day, as long as you're hitting your front, your side, your back, that's what the judges want to see. And they just want to see it done nicely. So another tip I have like really been working on this year is like when I'm walking, like flaring out my quads. So when I step, I'm essentially like have my foot, if you say a clock was in front of you, my foot is about at 1 o'clock. So when I step, I am 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock. And that's to get a bit more quad engagement when I walk. I noticed Eduarda does this when she poses. She really like flares out her quads. I didn't do that really last year. Like I've always had like the bikini walk, and I like my walk, it's fine, but I want a bit more like wellness flair to my walk. And another thing I'm really practicing on this year, and you'll see, and it's keeping again. So when you're walking, you essentially want an anterior pelvic tilt. You want your chest really high and shoulders back. So again, chin up, chest high, shoulders back. And it gives you so much more of an illusion of confidence. Like I see so many girls walking and I'm like, right when they step on stage, I'm like, don't look confident, don't look confident. Like that's the biggest thing I find is like, again, if I'm walking on stage, like, see See how my shoulders are rounded forward? Sorry, my face. It just does not look. So then versus me, shoulders back, chest up. Way more confident when you have your shoulders. Like I would say, your boobs to the ceiling, your butt to the ceiling. Like if there was a string here, you would essentially want a string pulling your glutes back. So then when you hit every pose, everything stays lifted and elevated. You don't drop those glutes when you pose. Up, up, up. So yeah, that's the biggest thing. I've also really been trying to work on, so this is my strong side, that's why it's in my routine. I have a really dominant, like I have a really nice like glute shape on this side, but when it comes to this side, I feel like my mobility is still not quite there yet. So this is my weak side. So I really have to tweak that. As you guys saw, if you watched Olympia, that's kind of what happened with Franciele in one of her her side poses. She just was in a really awkward spot, and I don't want to be that girl, you know, has such a beautiful side pose on this side and then can't quite get into it on this side. Like obviously your side poses are not going to be twins, but you want them to be like sisters at least. You want them to look kind of similar. So hope you guys got like a little bit of tips from there. Maybe we'll do like a whole video dedicated to posing. I did do an Instagram reel about front pose and how like you really, really, really need to like arch this glute up. Again, like everything is facing up. So from the side, it's like, it looks really weird. Like your glute's really far up, but that's what gives you that shape right in here. Like so many girls I just see for front pose, they're like, front pose. But it's like, no, you really have to sit into that glute and then like bring it up in the back. So I might do a whole tutorial kind of video maybe on that, just to kind of show you guys that pose. And then another thing, and I really noticed when I posted my before and after from before, is like on my side pose before, I was like still had my legs slightly bent, and I'm kind of locking it out more this year. Like, as you saw when Issa won, she was really locked out in that side pose, and she was really upright. Like her back was nice and pulled back, so I won't be. And again, like the squatty leg is not my first check-in of 2023. I had the squatty leg on this side, and then I slowly started straightening it out. But now I'm more locking it out. It gives you less hamstring, but it just looks more. And if you have the development, it's fine. But yeah, it just looks nicer to like lock it out versus have it like look squatty. Like I look squatty. It does not look good. So if you're still doing that, girls, stop and straighten your leg out. Straighten this leg out a lot. So yeah, drop a comment down if you guys want to see like a video. I can work on that and I can show you guys more. I'm like almost like breathing heavy. I'm like, this is a workout. Posing and like that's one thing. So my routine, I do pose in between sets at the gym, and I will try to hold all my poses for sometimes like at least a minute, because on stage that's when you're going to be holding them. So I like to do that in between sets for my exercises, and then after I work out, like you guys know, I pose after I work out, and then this like today is a day off for me, so I'll be posing probably for a good 40 minutes doing this back and forth. I'll get some video footage of it just so I can like look back and see what I look like and how I'm progressing. And even now I'm like, my legs, I can already tell from before, like I'm like, damn, my legs are slowly starting. I still have like a good amount of fat on like my backside. You can't really see my hamstring lines yet, so obviously I'm like 20 weeks out, but it's coming along. So yeah, I'm excited. And keep up with your posing, ladies, because that's the most important thing. And I'll tell you, start early, start even before you have a show in mind, because that makes such a world's difference to be like, get on stage and be confident and know you're posing. So keep up with it, and I will see you.
You can't take the bus to the gym, you bike to the gym. You can't bike to the gym, you walk to the gym. You can't walk to the gym, you crawl to the fucking gym.